Bonjour, I am Sandrine. Together, we will learn about the infinite quantum and galactic realms so we can embody more of our multidimensionality and accelerate our ascension.
Bonjour, my name is Sandrine. I am a spiritual teacher and ascension mentor. Today, I would like to share with you about this challenge that so many of us feel when it comes to feeling the divine pretty much all the time within us and around us. So here is the thing. Don't we know to a certain extent? I mean, like, if you've been watching me for a very long time, it looks like you already feel into this, that everything around us, as well as our own selves, are literally a fractal of divine unity consciousness. More and more of humans actually get this perception that yes, this world is actually divine, this world is spiritual in a way, but yet is it really? When we see all the wars, when we see all the disease and the chaos and the controls and the fears, all of that is like, oh my god, like how could possibly God exist, or like unity consciousness exist, if all of this happens continuously? And it's not even talking about, children that are starved, that tortured and manipulated. It's like all the same with the animals and the environment. Like, I don't know about you, but at time I see this reality, I'm like, it's pretty hard time to actually believe and trust that yes, indeed, this world is a spiritual world. It is literally our spiritual playground. And then not only that, but then we bring this to ourselves. And yes, we know we are here to learn to love the selves. And we might be on that journey, like I've been on that journey for a very long time. And yet every now and then there's this aspect of the self that comes and is like, oh, that aspect is yuck. I don't really like it. Like, for me, it's anger. I can get angry every now and then. It happens very, very rarely right now, but every now and then it's like, oops, there is a little outburst right there. It's like, oh, what happened right there? I'm a spiritual being, like, literally, I teach about spirituality and I'm ascension mentor. Why is it still happening? Welcome to Earth, dear one. My galactic team always tells me, and ascended masters, you are human, dear. Be patient, be compassionate. Every time we see aspects about ourselves that's like, it's like a bit challenging to really like and appreciate, we might wonder, am I really this divine being that I hear Sandrine talk about? Because I always remind you, as I remind all my listeners, all my students, all my clients, you are an angel walking on earth. I have 100% faith in that, literally. I know that. You are not only an angel walking on earth, but you are also an amazing creator, creatress of realities. You are such an advanced beings that you materialize your thoughts into this physical reality. You are so divine that you are, as a matter of fact, you are God, or like Sophia Christ consciousness. You are the one living in flesh. And then, yes, I remind you all of that. And I will keep on reminding you all of that. But I know very well, because I listen, and I observe a lot, and I coach and I mentor and I teach and so on. I know very well that even though there is a part of ourselves that kind of knows that, or that understands that, or even wants to know that, most of it is like, I don't really see it. If I'm really divine, why is this happening to me? Why am I doing this? Why cannot shift around this? Why? And we are left feeling guilty and ashamed of ourselves most of the time when we are not living at the highest. When basically, you know what, like life happens and we're having a shitty day and we don't feel like being nice all the time, or we just feel like we want to cry and we literally don't want to work and we don't even want to look after the kids, but oh, we would never say it. That would be such a mean person. It would be literally the opposite of being the angel. So, how can we reconcile all of that? Why is it that we on one hand know that we are divine beings, and then on the other hand really struggle so much to actually feel it and live it and breathe it. All of this comes to the point of this reconciliation in this reality, the reconciliation of our soul with our human. This is why, through the teachings that I share, I always talk about staying at the center point of our fractal, staying the observer, witnessing our human evolving. And my students have started, making all of these private jokes and so on about like the human. And I talk a lot about my human. It's like, oh, my human Sandrine right now is having a challenging time. My human Sandrine was really triggered that day, and she didn't really act it at the highest. My human Sandrine has this dream, but she's got no clue how she can get it because she's still dealing with a lot of not enough or too much, programs. So I really teach about this distance that we create between our human experience and the divine infinite soul that we are. And all of that comes from understanding the embodiment of the divine unity consciousness self that we are into this physical body. Because we are multidimensional beings, it means that the divine essence that we are permeates each and every one of our atoms. It means that our physical body is a spiritual body. It is not separated. It means that also our reality, physical reality, like plants and animals, other people, but also objects, the elements, all of that is also a spiritual embodiment in 3D materiality. So it is very important to be able to activate this remembrance of the ever flowing divine consciousness that we are, that permeates all templates of our reality with our everyday lives. Otherwise, we experience templates of separation. Many masters, many teachers talk about that, and there has been many different pathways explored to be able to understand what it is to live in unity consciousness, to live as an enlightened being, as a divine being in flesh. And many are absolutely amazing. This is why so many people practice, this discipline. And I'm here to offer a different aspect. I am here to offer something that is simply flowing through the embodiment of my own multidimensionality, as well as the thousands of lifetimes I have had on earth, where I studied in this mystery school, I studied with this religion, I studied with these masters myself, and therefore I have understood within my unique essence how we can literally be with the divine at each and every single moment of our lives, as we breathe, as we eat, as we make love, as we go out and party, as we have a drink, as we hang out with the kids, as we are at work, as we are having a challenging interaction with another being. I have been able to refine this practice for myself for a long time now, and I'm still refining it, of course. I'm definitely not saying that it's still not a work in progress, but I have reached a stage now where I have been able to find more clarity about this codex of divine physical embodiment into our everyday life. So it's literally as if we were breathing divinity no matter what, as we were not only breathing divinity no matter what, but acting as divinity. So we become the change makers that our community so badly need. Because becoming a leader doesn't necessarily mean you need like having $1 million spiritual business and blah blah blah. No, it can simply be being someone who lives from her heart, from her divine unique soul consciousness, being at the service of others in a very humble yet profoundly life changing way. It's life changing for ourselves, but it is life changing for our family. to live from a place of anchoring the divine all the time. It is life changing for our communities, and therefore it is life changing for the world. That creates the ripple effect that we are here longing to witness. It's like, when are things going to finally change? It changes there. It changes when you understand how to embody your sovereign, unique soul blueprint by being the divine with every breath that you take. I would love to also remind you that all of it is always a work in progress, that we are not here to say, oh, I will do this masterclass that Sandrine will offer, and then I will have it nailed, and then bam, for the rest of my life, I will have it nailed. No, because you know what? We are ever evolving beings. So there will always be new dynamics in your life to play with. Oh, ooh, that is another challenge. Like work, like world going into lockdown, or maybe like all of a sudden I'm losing my job, or maybe all of a sudden I'm getting a divorce, or maybe like someone I love is getting sick. Maybe I'm getting sick. Maybe like something, challenging arises. Always life brings us new dynamics. And it doesn't mean that we are not doing the work. No, it means that we are healing at times a lot of programs and conditioning from our ancestors and from past lives and from inner child. But it means that once we have important keys to be able to navigate whatever life brings us with with a more like divine embodiment. We have these keys, therefore we feel more like a master, like more in control of our own emotions and our own reactions, and therefore more in control of the way events start unfolding in life for ourselves. Once we can have that, the amount of power that we feel is huge, it's tremendous, it's life changing, because we stop being like pushed around so much by life. And it's not only pushed around by life because all of these things happen outside of our zone of control, but it's also within ourselves. So why do we feel like this sometimes? Why do we feel really high and connected, and then sometimes really low and disconnected? How can we bring all of this in so we can feel that we are fully anchored in our sovereignty all the time? So I've had so many people sharing about their struggles with this. I've been teaching for years now, and I have so many students that they have joined multiple programs, and they have like in total honesty, because I developed this very close relationship with my students. Like I love them so much, so they are always really at ease and in trust, and really comfortable to share their challenge, because they don't worry that that I could be annoyed or bothered by it. Because like some of times they say like, Sandrine, your online course was truly life changing, like literally. But now I find myself like 3 months later, and all of a sudden it's like nothing makes sense any longer. Like I forgot everything. I don't know, like life happened, and I can't seem to bring this in. What is going on? And I've been observing that, it happens for quite a bit of people. And also it happens to myself. At times it's like, not anymore, because like I have really embodied this divine embodiment in my physicality for quite a while now. But at times it's like it's very strong, very clear, and I'm a pure crystal. And at other times I can feel the veils, I can feel the clogging in my field. It's like the density in my field. So like for me, I oscillate between this very a crystalline, profound moment of divine union with my oversoul network and my God self, to like being the angel behind my present, observing that my human is having this challenge and like really working on that. So I have observed that for a while now. And it's really taken me, a little bit of time to really wonder, how can I help people with this? How can I help them feel all the time that are freaking God, that they are kind of like all of this amazing divine essence here, and that from there, everything changed. Because when we feel that, everything changes. It's like our relationship to ourselves, our relationship to our others, to our partner, to our children, to our friends, to our family members. It is also in the workplace, what we do for a living, with our business, or at work with our colleagues and our boss. Also with our health, in our relationship with our body. It changes literally all templates of reality because all of a sudden we are living and breathing as a sovereign divine being, realizing that and then choosing differently for ourselves. Now, I have created a wonderful life changing masterclass, which is completely free. So that's super exciting. And I will be delivering this masterclass next week on Wednesday. I would love for you to join. And yes, the replay, of course, is always available, as I always do it on my masterclass. But there is a big advantage to joining live because this year, this masterclass, I will be offering a free scholarship worth $3,500 to Pathway 2 of Co-Creation, which is a brand new program that I'm launching, a 5 month transformational journey when you're going to learn to co-create not only with your divine unique soul, but also with star races, with ascended masters, with earth elementals, with ancient civilizations. How exciting is that? All of that to uplift all templates of your life. So I would love to invite you to join. Also, let your friends know because the more the merrier. And I might throw in a few unexpected gifts there. I'm still thinking about what to bring, but I would love for you to join live and if not on the replay. So it's very easy for you to do so. I will simply paste a link below this video or on this podcast, and you simply need to follow the link. It will be my great pleasure to be there to deliver an amazing, potent masterclass for free that will literally change your reality. I love you dearly, and I thank you for watching. Bye.